What does a man buy after breaking every football record on earth? Not one supercar, not five. A garage so extreme it rewrites reality. From family SUVs to one-of-one Bugattis, this is Cristiano Ronaldo's car collection, and it escalates fast. Mercedes-AMG G63 Brabus. For most people, a G-Wagon is the end-game SUV. For Cristiano Ronaldo, it's the warm-up. His Brabus-tuned AMG G63, valued at roughly $350,000 is what happens when practical meets excessive confidence. This thing doesn't ease into a street. It announces itself. Boxy, loud, and unapologetic, the Brabus upgrades turn an already aggressive SUV into something that feels permanently irritated. It's heavy, powerful, and completely uninterested in subtlety. What makes it funny is that in Ronaldo's world, this is the sensible option. 4 doors, plenty of space, comfortable enough for family use. For anyone else, this would be the peak achievement of their entire garage. And if this is number 10, the rest of the list isn't going to be gentle. Bentley Flying Spur. After the Brabus noise, the Bentley Flying Spur feels like a controlled breath. This is Ronaldo switching gears. No shouting, no drama, just refined luxury priced at around $300,000. The Flying Spur isn't designed to dominate attention. It earns it quietly. Inside, everything is calm, soft leather, polished wood, and insulation so good the outside world feels optional. The engine has serious power, but it doesn't feel the need to remind you constantly. This is the car Ronaldo chooses when he wants comfort without chaos. The irony, of course, is that driving a Bentley is still a statement. It's understated, but only if your definition of understated includes handcrafted interiors and 6-figure price tags. This is the car you drive when you've already won and don't need to prove it again. Ferrari F12 TDF. The Ferrari F12 TDF is where restraint officially exits the conversation. With values hovering around $500,000, this car exists because Ferrari wanted something extreme and trusted very few people to own it. Cristiano Ronaldo made that list. This is not a relaxed Ferrari by any definition. It's stiff, loud, and demanding. The TDF doesn't care how your day went or how tired you are. It wants your attention. Every press of the throttle feels like Ferrari daring you to push harder, faster, and with less hesitation than before. Only a limited number were built, and prices continue to climb, turning the F12 TDF into both an investment and an emotional weapon. That combination is rare, even in the supercar world. You don't buy this car to cruise city streets or pose outside cafes. You buy it because silence is boring, comfort is optional, and speed remains the purest form of therapy. Lamborghini Aventador LP 704. Every global superstar eventually enters their Aventador era. For Cristiano Ronaldo, it was inevitable. The Lamborghini Aventador LP 700-4, priced at around $400,000, is less a vehicle and more a rolling declaration of intent. The doors go up. The engine roars. Any idea of subtlety evaporates instantly. This is the automotive equivalent of a shirt-off goal celebration. Loud, dramatic, impossible to ignore. The Aventador doesn't arrive quietly, and it doesn't want to. Driving one isn't calming in any way. It's theatrical. Everything feels tight, intense, and slightly unhinged, like the car is constantly daring you to push further. That tension is exactly the point. This isn't a machine built for relaxed cruising or blending into traffic. For Ronaldo, the Aventador isn't about comfort or convenience. It's about presence. When he shows up, the car makes sure the moment belongs to him. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan is what happens when power stops shouting and starts whispering. With an estimated value of around $450,000, this is luxury in its most confident and self-assured form. Built for those who no longer need to announce their success. Inside, the Cullinan feels completely detached from reality. Roads disappear, noise fades away, time slows down. It doesn't rush or react, it simply glides. This isn't about speed, lap times, or performance figures. It's about calm, space, and total isolation from everything loud and chaotic outside. Cristiano Ronaldo often uses the Cullinan for family travel, which makes perfect sense. When your professional life is under constant pressure, silence becomes priceless. And no SUV delivers silence, comfort, and presence quite like a Rolls-Royce. This car doesn't try to impress anyone. It assumes respect. When you've already proven everything there is to prove, peace itself becomes the ultimate flex. Ferrari Monza SP2. The Ferrari Monza SP2 isn't just expensive, it's selective. With a price of around 1.7 million US dollars, you don't walk into a dealership and buy one. Ferrari decides if you're allowed, and most people never even get the call. There's barely a windshield, no roof, no concern for practicality at all. This car exists purely for emotion. It's Ferrari looking back at its racing roots and rebuilding that spirit for modern excess, without filtering it for comfort or convenience. Owning a Monza isn't about daily driving or practicality. It's about belonging to a private circle, an invitation-only group that most enthusiasts don't even know exists. The Monza proves that Ferrari doesn't simply sell cars anymore, it curates owners. At this stage, Cristiano Ronaldo isn't collecting horsepower, he's collecting access. And the Monza is a reminder that some doors only open for legends, no matter how much money you have. Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. This is where the collection officially abandons logic. The Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse, valued at around 2.2 million US dollars, was once the fastest open-top production car in the world, a title that sounds impressive and irresponsible at the same time. A convertible hypercar with more than 1,000 horsepower makes absolutely no sense. That's precisely why it exists. This car wasn't built for convenience, comfort, or everyday usability. It was built to prove something no one asked for and no one needed, except Bugatti themselves. Driving the Vitesse isn't relaxing in any sense of the word. It's intense. The speed feels unnatural, almost disrespectful to public roads. Every input reminds you that this machine was designed to test limits, not live within them. The standard Veyron was already excessive. Removing the roof didn't calm it down. It amplified the madness, turning engineering brilliance into pure arrogance on wheels. And somehow, it fits this garage perfectly. Bugatti Chiron. The Bugatti Chiron didn't just replace the Veyron, it embarrassed it. With an estimated value of around 3 million US dollars, this is modern hypercar royalty, built to prove that even Bugatti's own legends can be outgrown. Everything about the Chiron feels unreal. The numbers sound fictional on paper, and behind the wheel, they feel even more absurd. Acceleration isn't just fast, it's disorienting. Even standing next to the car feels intimidating, like it knows exactly what it's capable of and is waiting to be unleashed. Cristiano Ronaldo reportedly acquired the Chiron after major career milestones, which feels perfectly on brand. Some people celebrate success with a dinner or a watch. Ronaldo celebrates with 1,500 horsepower and engineering taken to its extreme. What makes the Chiron truly terrifying is its refinement. It's calm, smooth, and perfectly civil, right up until you ask it not to be. Then, it reminds you why it sits near the absolute peak of automotive history. Bugatti 110. This is where money stops being the main obstacle. The Bugatti 110 is limited to just 10 units worldwide, with an estimated value of around 9 million US dollars. And even that figure doesn't guarantee ownership. Owning a 110 isn't about speed alone. It's about access. Bugatti doesn't sell these cars in the traditional sense. They allocate them. You don't walk in, place an order, or negotiate. You're selected. The car chooses the owner, not the other way around. The design is sharp, aggressive, and completely unapologetic. It's a modern tribute to the EB110, rebuilt with contemporary insanity and zero concern for subtlety. This car doesn't blend into any environment. It dominates every space it enters, whether parked or in motion. At this level, the 110 isn't transportation. It's a signal, a declaration that you're no longer competing with other collectors. You've stepped beyond them entirely. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. This isn't just the most expensive car in the garage. It's one of the most expensive cars ever created. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire is a true one-of-one, with a reported price of 18 to 19 million US dollars. There is no comparison, no resale market, no similar spec. This is automotive art, built once for one person. This car isn't about speed records or lap times. It's about legacy. Bugatti didn't build it to compete. They built it to exist as the final word. At this level, Ronaldo isn't collecting cars anymore. He's collecting moments that will never happen again. This isn't just a car collection. It's a timeline of success, excess, and access most people will never experience. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and tell us whose garage we should break down next. Athletes, billionaires, or legends who rewrote the rules.